Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. One quick announcement. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been talking about putting up a video about space and time and gravity. And I'm to the point where I'm ready to put that video out or start working on it. I have a new theory of gravity that I think will debunk Einstein's theory of space-time. I know that's a bold claim, but I've been working on this for quite a while, and this is something I'm eager to get up. So I will be making less YouTube videos. I will still do some here and there, but I will still be active in Discord as usual. Make posts there daily, if not hourly. So let's cover a few charts, guys, before we get into that. Again, if you want to get to leverage trading, I use BitGet, CoinCatch, and BingX. CoinCatch is a great option if in the US. You do not, there's no KYC. In some states, you do not need a VPN. All those links to sign up are pinned in the first comment and description. If you want to learn how to trade on BitGet, this is a tutorial video I put up telling you how to do a long, a short, set up a stop loss, adjust your stop loss, trigger orders. You can watch this video, I can link up to it now. Remember, once you can trade on one, you can trade on them all. So in the last video, the very first chart I put up was its H1 chart. I said, this is your current resistance, and I was telling you guys, look, this is a very strong resistance level. I would open a short at this point with a stop above, and I just said if we got above this point, I gave you upside targets, but I said this was a likely point to short, as this was previously very strong support. You could flip a strong resistance. I'll put a link to this video now if you want to check it out. And you can see that did play out. We got rejected at 44,330. We did come up and test it one more time, almost made contact around 44,450, but ultimately got rejected and came down. So that short did play out well. In that very same video, I covered two other charts, the Bitcoin 3.0 chart and the D1 chart. And I said, look, and this is what I was talking about. If we got above that point, this is your next upside target. But you should be short from that level I gave you on that previous chart. And we came down. Notice this was our previous support. I'm sorry, previous resistance would flip as support. Notice I have it marked off down here around 42,150, around that area. If you'll notice, we just came down, we found support. This was your 0.2 long, around 42,150, around that area. And this was the D1 chart I mentioned in that very same video, right here, 42,150, your most key support level. And you can see that's where we bounced from. So, and the great thing about that is, since we had this strong support and resistance level that was horizontal, and we had this level here that was at an angle, right? That actually gave you timing for when we found support. So again, using this fib channel line we knew was support and resistance, along with a horizontal support level, again, that gives you actual timing for that bounce. But that is your current support level, so that is where you should be long from, right here around 42,200 with a stop below. And I'll give you an next support level below if that breaks. But as I said, guys, the next major move is coming up. It's going to be when we make contact with this orange ring. I'll go over this more in just a minute. So let's cover a few more things. Keep in mind, guys, this chart, all right, so again, the way I create these charts help us predict moves before anybody else has any idea what's going to happen, and shows us potential patterns way out into the future. This chart was published on October 29th. This is the Bitcoin 3.0 chart. If I click play, you can see what happened. We pushed up. This is the blue ring I said too short. That could potentially be a top. At any point, we crossed this blue ring to expect a pump. Take note, this fib channel line here was our resistance, right? And this ended up being our support. If I hit play, you can see what happened. Resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. That's support in the D1 chart. We pushed up, and now we're back to previous resistance flipped out support. So this point you belong from. So again, this is published on October 29th. Price was way down here, and we already potentially knew what pattern we were in before price ever got there. Right, so that's the great that's a great thing about this method of charting, and I do teach this in my tutorials if you want to check it out on my website. I'll also keep you updated in Discord, as I said, guys. If you want to get access to these live charts, again, you can access them 24/7. They play out live. They're trading view charts. You can save them as your own. If you do want to sign up, again, it's optionalcrypto.com. Links pinned in the first comment description, and it also gives you access to Discord, our community. But I was telling you guys, look like. This is the Bollinger Band, 2 hours getting squeezed. Expect a big move coming soon. I was showing we were underneath resistance in the Bollinger Band. I was showing the pattern we were in. We got a drop, as you can see, from that pattern. And I did mention this, that center Bollinger Band will now be resistance. And on the next post, I show why, but it was likely to come back up and test that point. and that's what I was showing here. You can see this look like a fractal was playing out. We dropped down below the Bollinger Band, but we came back up, tested it as resistance. And then that also implied we would come back down, we'd have one more drop before we pushed up. And that's what I was showing over here, resistance and support. So that's what I was talking about. We come down one more time. So your support level, we're at resistance. Your support would be down here. Your next strongest support is on 42,200. And this was actually showing the actual fractal. So this is a pattern we were in back here, right? We dropped. This is a pattern we're in. We dropped. We pushed back up to resistance, pushed up to resistance, and then we dropped and we dropped. We actually found support here and pushed up. So that's what I do in Discord, just kind of show you which charts to look at and what I'm, potential patterns are in and what I'm expecting. But ultimately, guys, so I'm going to cover this ring. So you should be long from 42,200. That's your most strongest support level right now. If that breaks, guys, your next strongest support level below will be right around 42,500. If that breaks, well, then we're headed down to this next support level on this ring. That is the point you want to go long. Otherwise, if we continue up, just like I mentioned in that previous video, it's likely that we're probably just going to chop something like this. So again, if we hold support here, we can push back up, and we might get rejected here, come back down. This can play out a number of ways, but that is the point. You have your support and resistance levels to pay attention to. So we're at support now, so we can push all the way up here, come back down. I know for a fact, if we make contact at this fib channel line and this ring, you want to go long. As I said, every time this orange fib circle, there's two previous rings we made contact with. Every time we make contact with the ring, we always got a massive pump when we make contact with the ring. That being said, once we cross it, historically, every time we cross one of these rings, we get a major dump. So I know that whether we make contact up here, this is a point you go long. Whether we have a drop, we make contact here, this is a point you go long. But at any point you cross that ring, that is the point you'd want to go short. So again, your most strongest support level now is 42,200. If that breaks, next support level is 41,500. If we push up, your next strongest resistance level, well, you still have this pattern here, but your next strongest resistance level is going to be around 44,129. And then your next most key resistance above, and again, guys, keep in mind, these are at angles, all right? So today, if we push straight up and go sideways, you're looking at potentially 45,400. If it's out here, that price gets higher. But again, I'm just scalping, I'm swing trading right now. I'm waiting for contact with this ring. This is a point I go into a massive long when we make contact. At any point we cross it, that's when I go short. Now, I can't tell you when we'll make contact because this ring's at an angle. Price and time depends on contact. We could drop straight down and make contact with it sooner. I just know at that point you go long. At any point we cross it, we go short. So that's what I'm waiting to find out. Do keep in mind, guys, as far as the Dow Jones, and again, the indices typically move together. I've charted the Dow Jones way back, and this has been a very accurate chart. So there's two possible scenarios that could play out. Remember, I'm expecting a major pump for Bitcoin when we hit that ring, and we cross it. I'm expecting a major dump. So we are holding support right now. You can see it with the Dow. Every time we hit this this curve right here, we find support and we push up. So we're at a key resistance level now. So we'll have to see if we hold here as resistance around 37,450. If we do, what's likely to play out is we will cross this curve here. This is currently support. We'll probably come down to a support level. People will get bearish, start shorting. It will probably push up one more time to take out those shorts, get people too long before the next leg down. That is one scenario. The other is we break above this resistance. This becomes support. We push up further. I think this is a more likely scenario to keep people even more bullish. We will come up, get rejected around this area. I did cover this target in the last video. We will get rejected, people will start shorting, then we'll get bearish, we will hold support, we will push up one more time, and this would play out identical to how it played out previously when we crossed one of these red rings. Again, I covered that in the previous video. And at that point, I think this would be the start of the next massive leg down. So that, I think, is a more likely scenario, and I think that does play out perfectly with this orange ring that I've been talking about, guys. So again, if we get access to live charts, the website is opticalcrypto.com. If you want to sign up, links pinned in the first comment description. I also have tutorials showing you how I create these charts. And if you want to get into swing trading or leverage trading, guys, again, CoinCatch is a great option, no KYC. And if you're in the US and some states, you don't even need a VPN. Two other options are BingX and BitGet. And do watch this tutorial video if you want to learn how to trade. That's it, guys. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.